HTC releases the HTC 10 this week. Google releases the second preview for the Android N preview on Nexus devices. We also have live cases or custom cases for Nexus devices by Google. This is TK, and these are some of the articles that I found interesting on the XDA portal this week. First off, we have the review of the Nextbit Robin. Now, we have an article that discusses a very detailed review of the actual Nextbit Robin performance from every single aspect. And some of the things that we want to basically see here is that they're on the right path. They have some good things. They have some really good implementations as far as how it's working right now. But they're still having some challenges, and hopefully in the future they'll be able to work those out, as it looks very promising for this device and the way it's actually implemented, because it's something that even Google doesn't have right now. Well, with updates, everything kind of updates together at the same time. Google released the second preview of Android N. Now, some of the performance improvements that they did here, which is basically, well, Vulkan API implementation here. This is something very good for gaming. But not only that, they also give us the ability now to be able to have smooth playback of video. So if you had tried it in the past and tried to play videos, let's say in YouTube, and you try to go to multi-window, the video would pause. And at this point, it now keeps working by itself, which is what you'd want it to do. So definitely some improvements in the multi-window functionality. Looking forward to some more updates before the official release later this year. The next article on the XDA portal talks about battery life, how manufacturers are starting to boost and talk about 2-3 day worth of battery life. And the fact of the matter is, I think most manufacturers should really start focusing on a solid day worth of usage. Most of us pick up our devices in the morning and charge them at night. So that's something that most people do. So the fact is, when you're starting to focus to 2 days worth of battery and you have to start disabling things, is that really worth it to actually compromise the user experience to be able to give you a longer battery life? Or would you rather have a good solid day, high performance, everything that you want out of the device that you paid for, and get to enjoy it? Definitely something to think about. Google introduces customizable live cases for Nexus devices. These are cases that are intended and basically needed to be used with a Nexus device, but the main benefit of them is the ability to be able to customize them with a graphic art on the back, and you are not only able to customize it in the back, but once you install the case using NFC, you can trigger it to put on the front of the device, as well as the ability to use that as a custom launcher type of an application. The only downside you want to keep in mind is that you have to keep your NFC on all the time, as it's using NFC to trigger that activity. It's very nice, very unique to Nexus devices, and they look extremely unique, and everybody can make their own. So I'm definitely going to try to pick one up for my Nexus 6B. One of the other articles posted on the XDA portal talks about the 2015 bypass or Samsung lock screen bypass that was exploited in the system. Now, just to kind of put your minds to ease, the actual exploit has been fixed in some of the firmware updates that Samsung's put out. But the fact of the matter is that now we at least have an understanding on how it was actually accessed and how they were doing it. It's certain things that you want to keep in mind whenever you're buying a device, especially from different manufacturers. Security is a big thing, and to be able to bypass the lock screen using a USB cable, not exactly as secure, but the good thing is it's been fixed. Finally, we have the HTC 10 that was announced this week. The HTC 10 is a 5.2-inch display. It's a Quad HD display, so we finally have a bump in the screen resolution. We have Super LCD 5 and Gorilla Glass 4. We're going to have 32 gig of internal storage, expansible storage, 4 gigs of RAM, all the standard, and of course the Snapdragon 820 flagship information. The one thing that we did talk about before here on the XDA news recap is the fact that the boom sound was kind of relocated, and we now understand how that implementation is done. It's basically using a tweeter and using a subwoofer at the bottom. As much as you can say a subwoofer on an actual device, we'll have to see how that goes. Initial thoughts and reviews have been basically been posted as the embargo has been lifted, so definitely check it out. I'm looking forward to checking out the HTC 10, so we'll see if we're able to bring some coverage for you guys here. The app drawer is something that some people love and some people could live without. Personally, I use the Nexus 6. I do have an app drawer. I'm running Nova Launcher on this. The article that was posted on the XDA portal talks about, having a life without an app drawer. Now, I've been working with the LG G5, and as you guys know, it does not come by default with an app drawer. You can install it, but I've chosen to keep it stock, and I am using it without an app drawer. I have to say I can actually live with both UIs. I just basically, customize them in a different way, and really it's all about organization. If you organize it correctly, the app drawer really loses its functionality. Other than the fact that it keeps things away from your home screen, it just really is more of an organization thing. So definitely check it out. I'll give you guys a link in the description below. Button configuration is something that we all have preferences on. We either like our power button on the right, we like our power button on the left, we like our volume rockers on the left, or put them back in here. Now, LG keeps changing the different configuration based on every year's release. Samsung has had a good success running on it. Power button on the right and volume on the left. And I think it kind of works for us specifically because that's how our fingers lay. When we're holding the device, we can actually control it with one finger. The article talks a little bit more about some of the other configurations. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What's your preference in button configuration? Do you like it this in the Samsung approach, the LG approach, the Nexus approach, whereas everything is on the right side? You know, let me know. Material design is something that we all try to see and we actually have an eye for. Whenever something comes out with a nice implementation of material design, it definitely feels better, it feels smooth, it feels like it fits in the ecosystem that Google's putting out. But the fact of the matter is, material design hasn't achieved that Super Saiyan level 3 that everybody was expecting when it first came out, mostly due to restrictions and lack of implementation and at least enforcing. So what are your thoughts about material design? Do you like it, or do you still like the holo design that we used to have on Android before? Definitely a good article. Check it out, and I'll give you guys a link in the description below. The last bit of news this week, we do have some good information from HTC as far as the HTC 10. In good fashion, they basically kept it where they have an unlocked bootloader, so we'll be able to have some good development on this, but they also have a really good warranty on it. So definitely kind of a plus, in my opinion, to making people want to actually go in for this device. And hopefully with the implementation of Boom Sound, it should still be a good implementation. I'm hoping it's comparable to the way it used to be before. It's actually one of the cornerstones of what HTC used to be known for. Other than having a unibody design, Boom Sound was something that kind of defined HTC, so we'll have to see. Another article was posted on the XDA portal this week talking about the LG G5, specifically about some of the design implementations that were used, the metal body, the paint, the primer, some imperfections in the seams as far as the cutout where things meet. Overall, it's a good read of an article as far as what it talks about, what to expect when you get a G5. It doesn't hinder the performance of the device as the 820 just flies and screams on this device, but the fact of the matter is, it does obviously give a certain aspect to the user experience. So check out the article and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Lastly, 3 other videos were posted to the XDA TV channel this week. The first one talks about best Google Cardboard headset. Ronald discusses some of the different options that are available for us at this point. Another video was posted by Ronald talking about Google Voice Access, and this is basically an accessibility functionality that Google has in beta currently, but it gives us the ability to control our entire device using voice. This is from switching applications, scrolling up and down, and launching different things by simply calling out numbers on the screen. So if your hands are busy, this application could be something that you guys could check out. Definitely very unique, and he goes through it so far as not only downloading it, installing it, and a demo of that application. The last video we have on the XDA channel this week was done by yours truly. It was actually a giveaway that was in conjunction with Transmart. We have 30 different devices are going to be given out. The entries are open now. I'll give you guys a link in the description below to check it out and enter. Good luck. Hope you guys win. It's international, so you have a really good chance of winning one of 30 things. So other than that, like and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, or some of the articles that you found interesting on the XDA portal that maybe I have missed. Like and subscribe to my channel. Again, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for the support. I'll see you guys next week, and try to have some fun this weekend.